In this video, I play Terraria, but every single recipe is randomized. I have no control over what I can craft. All I know is I got insanely lucky. How far do you think I'll get? You're gonna have to watch to find out. Alright, so the first thing I ended up doing is I chopped down a tree. The reason I did this is quite the obvious. I need materials and I want to know what I can craft from just wood. And might I say, I got a very lucky start. I got the white phase saber, the chlorophyte helmet, and the vortex drill. Damn, I just got the best pickaxe in the game. And right after crafting all of that up, I headed straight down. I wanted to grab as many ores and materials as possible, because here's the thing, usually mining at the start of the game is very boring, but in this instance, mining at the start of the game and getting as many materials as possible is going to unlock so many possible recipes that I'm going to be able to maybe get amazing loot or could get terrible loot. After a while of gathering resources, I came back up to the surface and I discovered I can make the Mega Shark. So of course I did. I didn't even have any ammo for it, but I decided it's gonna come in useful at some point. I want it now. And then I thought, I'm gonna need some sort of storage. I noticed that I could craft some mushroom chests. So of course I did. I never ended up using this storage. The next thing I did is I headed straight over to the corruption because I was like, I need as many materials as possible. I still was not done with getting better things. I thought, what if I could craft the Zenith so early game and it actually be at full power? But thinking about that now, I don't think this mod would have been as fun to play. Anyway, so if you've watched my videos before, you probably already know that I get overconfident really quickly when it comes to this game. The second I get any good gear, I start going to fight bosses I probably shouldn't. And in this case, the same thing happened. I decided because I had slightly good gear, I'm going to go fight the Eater of Worlds. I destroyed the first orb and I couldn't find any more. Then I travelled over to the next part of the corruption. I dug out a hole so I could throw down a bomb. The reason I like to do this, the Eater of Worlds always just pushes me straight back down to the hole and I cannot even fight back. So without any hesitation, I spawned the Eater of Worlds and boy was this a mistake. Now as you can see, that just did not work out in my favour. After that I thought about it and I thought, how am I supposed to know what I'm supposed to be looking for if I don't even know the recipes? And then I remembered the guide exists. After a short consultation with the guide and another mining trip, I had enough resources and I had enough confidence again to go fight the Eater of Worlds, and this time I refused to lose. And bada bing bada boom, the Eater of Worlds is dead. I didn't really get anything useful off him. It was nice to tick off my checklist. Next up, I decided it was time for the Wall of Flesh. So I started digging down to hell, and let's just say I struggled a little bit. So after all of that, surprisingly, I had enough. And I decided the Skeletron was next. So I started heading all the way to the right to go find the dungeon, but with no luck. I only just then remember, I actually haven't fought the Eye Cthulhu yet. That was my next target, so I crafted up a suspicious looking eye and I headed to go fight it. Yeah, that was easy. Now it's Skeletron time. With the Shield of Cthulhu in my hands, I headed straight to the dungeon. I wasn't wasting any time. I wanted to beat Skeletron. But since by the time I actually got there, it just turned daytime, I had some time to kill. So I started building an arena. I wasn't even sure if I was actually going to even need it. After that though, I got quite bored, so I just started to see what I could craft with whatever was in my inventory. I ended up making a chlorophyte sword, fairy wings, and a lot of chlorophyte bullets. I actually got so bored of waiting, I decorated my arena. Why don't you leave a comment on what you think of it? Right after I finished decorating my arena, I heard the music change, which meant it was Skeletron time. I wasted no time and I summoned him straight away. Another easy win against the boss in this game. This is when I decided it was 100% time for the Wall of Flesh. So I made my way back down to hell in the search for a voodoo demon. I actually spent so long looking for one, I decided to build a house in the underworld for the guide and do it the old fashioned way. But just my luck, after I did all of that, a voodoo demon spawns. I let the guide voodoo doll fall straight into the lava and I start the fight. And all I have to say is it didn't go as I expected. Alright, that is the end of today's upload. Thank you so much for watching and making it to the end. I have a Discord server full of amazing people. If you want to join that, it's in my channel bio. Other than that, bye.